Okay. And let's talk to Garrus. Sure.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander.
You
I knew
knew?
working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSAC.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Oh, that's good.
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSAC, you're very liable,
true.
because the damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's where
I see.
left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it.
You'll get over it.
I hate leaving.
It's not the end of the world. You'll have tougher decisions soon
Of course
enough.
I'm right.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, maybe
whatever.
I can get the job done my way for a change.
Just do a good job and don't get in my way. We'll get along fine.
Don't worry, Commander. I'll keep clear.
Alliance Requisition Officer.
Hey, Commander.
Supplies.
Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Pay
Well,
you.
as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance.
screw you, buddy.
I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses,
let me
no
see.
goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Let's see what
I
you
have
got.
2,800.
You bet, man.
Wow, 250,000. I can't actually buy anything. That's awesome. Enough of that. Let's go talk to Tali. Thanks.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before.
Yeah, me neither.
I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful.
Gathering
I had no
information
idea
on
Alliance
us.
vessels were so advanced.
I don't like the idea of aliens studying the architecture of Alliance ships.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
We're on the same side here. My people have more reason to hate the Geth than anyone, remember? But you can't blame me for being a little excited. I never dreamed I'd get a
You're
chance
into
to travel
ships.
on a ship as advanced as the Normandy.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We
Exciting.
just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger
That was
vessels
300
date
years
all
ago.
the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted.
Mostly.
They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to
Why
maintain
can't
the
you mine
holodeck
minerals?
requires raw materials we just don't have.
Quarians,
That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Quarians.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet.
That's not that
There
many.
are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla.
You'll find a planet and
each of us
settle there.
relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many
Like
of the
what?
freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, It's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population
What is this,
grows
China?
too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline,
Sounds like
incentives
fun.
are even offered to encourage multiple births.
The
The
Conclave.
Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve
Why do I
on the
care?
Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet.
I
as a
guess I
whole.
did ask.
On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates
Not a
back
great
to the
tradition.
early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected
You're
council on their
democratic.
crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction.
Okay.
The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to
That sounds
overrule
like a
any
great
decision
government.
by the conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty. And they
Well, that'd
can
be
only
funny.
do this once.
Every time
After
the
that,
Congress
the
vetoes
entire board must
overrides the
resign their
president on a
posts.
veto, they'd all have to
It's a safeguard
resign.
that served us well.
That'd be
In
funny.
nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only
tell me about the
overruled
gift.
conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when
I'm
we created
probably gonna
them,
regret this,
and
but
how
tell
they
me.
turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally
Exciting.
created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them
That was a
closer and
mistake.
closer to true AI status.
You had to know it would blow up in your face.
The changes were so insignificant.
I'm telling you, I think
so
they stole the
gradual,
plot from
that we
Battlestar
were able
Galactica to
control
make
them.
this game.
Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking
Yeah, why'd they turn on you?
created an inherently unstable matrix.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract.
So what you need to do is you need to name them
The Geth
Cylons,
began to ask its
and then you
guardian
got Battlestar
overseer
Galactica.
questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As
What happened
you can
next?
imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
What did you do?
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate
Well,
all
what'd you
Geth.
expect?
The Geth responded to this order violently.
You didn't really think they'd just let you destroy them without a fight, did you?
The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands.
That's a shame.
In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the veil. Now we drift through space.
Serves you right.
Looking for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
You got what you deserved.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think
I don't
they cut
know.
themselves
Let's
off from
consult the
massive
plot of
amounts?
Battlestar
Why do
Galactica
you
to
think
see why they
killed every
go.
organic being who's ever tried to
Not
contact
everyone.
them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone.
Man, why didn't they give me a book of Quarian whatever background?
Once we have found something of value, we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join.
Sounds dangerous.
If the gift is accepted,
Sure.
we are welcomed into the crew.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated
Oh, so that's why you wear the
controlled
stupid
environment
mask.
have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the
change
fleet's
topics.
captains.
I think that's
I wanna talk about
it.
something
Alright,
else.
goodbye.
Like what?
Yeah, whatever.
I should go.
See you later.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian?
I'll get rid of her.
She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her
Darn.
to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as
I
smart.
wanted
as
to
she
kick her off the ship.
Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology.
I didn't.
I can see why you wanted her to come along.
That's not really true, but
Ambassador Udina made me take her along.
Normally I don't have anything nice to say about politicians, but you made a good call on this. However, I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
stealth systems.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They
Just
emit too
use a
much
cloaking
heat
device.
radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented.
So we're
Power systems
invisible?
running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
Oh,
Visual
well,
scanning
that's
can
useful.
still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see
FTL.
us.
Wow, this is Battlestar
Unless we
Galactica. They even
accelerate
call it the
to
same
FTL
thing.
speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions,
tell me
our
about the
stealth
Normandy.
systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest
Tell me
vessel
about
ever
it.
designed. She's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus
Oh,
drive core?
sweet.
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we
That's
faster,
exciting.
we can run at
Personal
FTL
questions.
speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Where else have you served, Adams?
You name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates
Tokyo.
like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo. Only a cruise
goodbye.
She was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Carry on, Adams.
Alright, well, I met my awesome crew, and that's where I'm going to end it for now, because I don't want to go on a mission. Though I probably recorded like 4 hours, so anyway, Jacob6875, signing off.